Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video.
Thank you.
Top 8 things to do in South Korea. It's a listicle. You know what we're doing. It's a list.
Listicle? We haven't done one of these in a while. This is fun.
So this is our last day in South Korea, and we just kind of wanted to wrap up this leg of our trip. We've had so much fun here. It's been so amazing.
2 awesome months in South Korea. Some of you thought that we moved here. We even thought we were gonna move here.
Yeah, so we just wanted to do this right away, like right at the end of this trip. Well, it's still fresh in our minds, so we had an opportunity to share some of like the smaller, niche, amazing things that we found while we were in South Korea. I mean, this list is not going to be comprised of like, you should try Korean barbecue.
But actually,
like we don't want to just give you obvious things. We want to tell you about the most amazing things that we found while we were here. Boats we went on, karaoke rooms we went to.
Don't give it away.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Without further ado, number 8. Because 8's a lucky number.
And number 8. Okay, so I know I just said no Korean barbecue, but this first thing is a Korean barbecue joint. So we had Korean barbecue at least 10 times while we were in South Korea over the past 2 months when we were here. But there's one place in particular that stood out among all of them. That was by far the best Korean barbecue that we had. And honestly, we don't even really know the name of it. We just lovingly call it Smiley's. It's in Busan, and this is one of the Korean barbecue places that doesn't do those like really thin sliced meats. Take this thing and it's like perfectly cured, and then they cut it up into little chunks for you, and then you fry it over this fire, and just the vibe of the place was so much fun. The food was so good. It was the best Korean barbecue we had, and we did a lot of Korean barbecuing.
Number 7. One of the best experiences that we had in all of South Korea was actually trying Makgeolli for the first time. It's like a banana-y fermented, ricey, cool drink. Not just any Makgeolli place. It was in this beautiful, amazing restaurant tucked away in Jeonju, Hano village. And it was run solely by senior citizens. It was a program specifically set up so that seniors had a place to work and socialize, and you order the Makgeolli in this huge golden kettle. As soon as you order, all like 20 plates of all these beautiful, tasty side dishes that we didn't even know about before. Would definitely go back and order more rounds of that kettle if there were more of us there. And a little extra tip, after you finish all that food and drink, head up to the pagoda in Jeonju and you get this awesome view of the entire village for sunset.
Yeah, and you'll be a little buzzed for it. It'll be great. All right.
Number 6.
Number 6 is the, okay, I'm gonna mess this up. I'm sorry, my pronunciation of these is not great. I apologize. Ikseondong Hanok Village. How'd I do? We just found this area to be super lively. Again, totally filled with Korean barbecue. Promise this is probably our last Korean barbecue thing that we have before the end of this video.
What makes this place so cool is that it has all the traditional architecture, but then it has this hip, cool feel to it. There's neon lights, there's photo studios, which you definitely also have to do as a part of this. I promise this is still number 6. Is it working? Sorry, I blocked you.
we gotta get Chaveo's hat in there. We haven't gotten the hat in there. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Before the night's over, make sure you walk along the river that's right there. And then sometimes they have this cool like smoke come out of the water, and it's this really magical place to be in. I think in Seoul, this is one of the best ways that you can spend a night.
Number 5. No question, Seoul has a ton of awesome, really fun things to do, but one of our favorite experiences, so much that we went 2 times on our trip, was to the Bompo Bridge to watch the night show.
So there's a couple things that you gotta do to prepare for this experience. You're gonna wanna walk to the one and only convenience store that's in this park. And it's a 2-level thing. So on the bottom level, this is where you get your drinks and your snacks. And then on the top level, this is where you get your fried chicken.
The first time that we went, we didn't do it so correctly.
Unfortunately, the chicken shop is closed. This is a full-on disaster.
The fried chicken place was closed. We didn't bring a mat. We didn't bring any drinks. We did go to the convenience store, but we had just eaten dinner, so we didn't get to enjoy all the food.
Oh, I'm so bummed that we just ate.
However, the second time is when we really got it right. Thanks to all of our Korean viewers, actually, who told us the way to do it. We got a tent, we got a mat, ordered the fried chicken. We got ramen from the convenience store and boiled it on site.
The incredible world-class hot noodled soup cooking technology that they have there, which is really cool looking.
It was truly an awesome experience to just be there, watch the sun go down, and then enjoy the light show.
Yeah. Number 4, Seongsan hike in Jeju. So this was our favorite thing to do in Jeju. This was the one that really like pulled the entire experience together for us. There's just something special about this hike, and you walk up the side of this crater as you're looking down over this beautiful town with the ocean right next to it, and then you get to the top and you can look down over the other side of the crater. Just one of those views that you just won't find anywhere else.
We were on Jeju Island for about 4 days, and hands down, this hike was one of our favorite things to do.
Yeah.
But in case you are also looking for a 2-for-1 in this number 4 thing to do, our hotel that we happened to stay at was so awesome and actually very free. The Grand Hyatt Jeju was one of our best hotel stays and redemptions for our points.
For sure, I think the best on our entire trip. This was the nicest hotel. This hotel room was bigger than most apartments that we've stayed in. And it wasn't that many points to stay there. So if you got some Chase points, you got some Hyatt points lying around, this one's definitely worth it.
We do love free things.
Yeah. So talking about getting things for free, that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. When you sign up for a Squarespace plan, it comes with a free domain, which is what we used on our website, and it saves us a bunch of money.
What's a domain?
Oh, a domain is like lisaandjosh.com, which is our website. That's a domain name. So you can sign up, and when you sign up on Squarespace, not only will they host your website, but you'll also get your domain name for free.
So you can finally start that blog that you've been wanting to write.
Or that fish market that you just opened. Or that business that you've always wanted to start where you pre-chew bubblegum and then sell it off to people on eBay. You can finally get bubblechewers.net.
Does that exist?
I don't know.
It does now.
It's the first thing I could think. So when you're finally ready to kick off that crazy business idea that you've always had, head on over to Squarespace, use our link down below to get 10% off and get your free domain name.
Bubblechewers.com.
It's a good business.
Number 3. We appreciate all forms of transportation, slow and fast. But taking the ferry in South Korea was one of the best experiences that we've had in our entire trip. The ferries are affordable, they get you from all these amazing places to other amazing places, and the amenities on the ferry. There's a singing room. What? Private singing rooms.
Right. Noraebang on the boat.
Yes. Coins.
It wasn't much, but you put in a very small amount of money per song that you want to sing. You can feel the boat going back and forth while you're singing a song in the middle of the ocean. It's just the coolest.
And then there's convenience stores on the boat, and not just any convenience stores. There's 7-Elevens, which are the same prices as any of the other 7-Elevens that you'll find throughout the country. This was our first overnight ferry, and the beds in the rooms were super comfortable. They were spacious. We got to see some of the most incredible sunsets on the ferries that we took.
Number 2. The K-pop concert that we went to. Now the story of how we got into this K-pop concert is complicated, but I think that going to a K-pop concert, if it lines up, is one of the best things that you can do in South Korea. It was such an incredible experience, not only from the perspective of like learning about how K-pop fits into Korean culture, but it's also just so much fun. Because everyone was just like, yeah! People around you are all talking about like the drama of K-pop, of like how this guy left this band to go to this other band and all this other stuff. It's like a whole MCU of like Korean pop drama, and you just slowly get like indoctrinated into the whole thing throughout the concert by just the people around you.
I went deep on K-pop after this concert. Like, did you know that K-pop was blasted on the speakers across the DMZ zone for years to North Korea as a form of just like saying, hey, hi, love, K-pop, listen. Blows my mind. You just can't help but feel the happiness and the excitement when you listen to K-pop. The screaming levels were off the charts.
Yeah, and if you don't think that you can have a good time at a concert while sitting down, just go to a K-pop concert. And now, the number 1 thing that we did across our entire time in South Korea, the 8 Gates hike.
Or the Fortress hike, or the City Wall hike.
Or the City Wall. Yeah, it goes by a lot of names. We're not sure what to call it yet. This is a hike that follows the entirety of the old ancient city wall that used to surround the entirety of Seoul before Seoul outgrew it. And we did it in 2 days. You could do it in 3 days, or 1 day, or a whole week.
Yeah. There's no right way to do this hike, but we think The best way, even though I just said there's no right way, is to take your time and follow the trail, the exact path of the city wall, and explore the neighborhoods that it takes you to, enjoy the restaurants and the cafes along the way, stop and read all the plaques and all the signs. It's such an awesome experience.
So one of the bigger problems of going to like a city the size of Seoul is that you can feel like you're missing out on a lot, right? Like there's no way to see it all. But here in Seoul, there's the 8 Gates hike. The nature, the mountains, the history, the incredible restaurants, Namsan Tower on top of Namsan Park. And if I were to redo Seoul again, if I were to like wipe my memory and go to Seoul again for the first time, this is the first thing that I would do for sure.
There's a reason why it's #1 on our list.
A little bit of everything, the perfect way to see Seoul. At least we think so.
So that's it. All 8 of the things that we think were the best things that we did in all of South Korea.
And we just can't wait to come back and explore and find 8 more things to share with all of you.
I'm sure there is an endless list. We'll just have to come back. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm just sweaty.
Yeah. Number 7! 7, nailed it. And it's
Number 3. Me.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 3, me.
Seongsan was actually
Hold
one.
on, you got sweat on your... Okay, go.
Okay.
Oh, now we're off kilter.
Oh, gosh. A limited view, but I don't know what I'm saying. Hi, kitty. What do you got to tell us? So many things to say.